Okay, so you want to buy a gym. Find a commercial space, throw in a bunch of squat racks, set up automatic monthly billing, and watch cash roll in while people get fit. It sounds like the ultimate recurring revenue business, right? Here is the part nobody tells you. If every single person who paid for a membership actually showed up, your business would collapse in 48 hours. By the end of this video, you will know why gyms are not fitness facilities. They're automated financial traps disguised as health clubs. How they rely on human guilt to keep credit cards charging, and what the actual math looks like if you try to open one today. Every single January, millions of people make the exact same promise to themselves. This is the year I get in shape. It is one of the most profitable human instincts on planet Earth. But there is a massive billion-dollar empire whose entire financial existence depends on those people failing. With over 18.7 million members and a billion-dollar revenue stream, Planet Fitness is indisputably the most popular gym chain in America. On paper, their value proposition is unbeatable. Why pay $299 a month for a luxury club like Lifetime Fitness when you can get a membership at Planet Fitness for as low as $10 to $15 a month? It sounds like an absolute steal. But if you sit down and actually calculate the math, something completely terrifying emerges. The average Planet Fitness location spans roughly 20,000 square feet. According to local fire codes and equipment layouts, its maximum physical capacity, the total number of human beings that can legally stand in the building and work out at one time, ranges between 200 and 350 people. Now, divide Planet Fitness's total membership base by its total number of locations. The average Planet Fitness gym does not have 300 members. It doesn't have 1,000 members. It has roughly 6,500 to 7,200 paying members per single location. Most locations are open around 113 hours a week. If every single registered member tried to work out for just one single hour per week, an average of 64 people would need to be inside that building every single hour of every single day, from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. And if just 10% of a single club's active member base, about 650 people, decided to show up at the exact same time during peak hours, the gym would exceed its physical fire code capacity by more than 200%. The line would spill into the parking lot. The facility would collapse into pure gridlock. So why doesn't this happen? Why aren't Planet Fitness locations constantly shut down by the fire department? Because Planet Fitness has cracked the code on a dark financial mechanism, a mechanism that turns human guilt into automatic passive income. In traditional retail, if you buy a product, you use it. If you buy a sandwich, you eat it. In corporate fitness, the financial term of art is called breakage or low utilization monetization. Planet Fitness isn't selling you a gym. They are selling you the idea of yourself going to the gym. And their entire high-volume, low-price business model functions exclusively because the vast majority of their customers never show up. Data from the National Bureau of Economic Research revealed something incredible. The average gym member pays for roughly 17 workouts a month, but only shows up 4 to 5 times. That means people voluntarily pay for 3 to 4 times more gym time than they actually consume. 18% to 20% of registered gym members never step foot inside the facility a single time after signing their contract. 67% of all active gym memberships go completely unused or unutilized in any given month. When researchers investigated actual peak attendance at Planet Fitness locations in major cities like New York and Atlanta, gym managers confirmed that even during their busiest rush hours, attendance peaks at only 50 to 60 people working out at a time. If a gym maintained 60 people at peak capacity all day long, only 20% of its member base would ever set foot inside the building. Planet Fitness doesn't have an overcrowding problem because 80% of their customers are ghost members. They pay $10, $15, or $24.99 every month via direct debit, and in exchange, they stay home. And that brings us to the core thesis of modern gym economics. A standard gym can easily sell memberships to 10 times more people than its physical building can hold, because its profit margin relies entirely on people failing their health goals. To understand how a gym owner balances these numbers, you have to understand the cycle of human psychology. Fitness is a hyper-seasonal industry. Every year, Between 11% and 12% of all annual gym signups happen in the month of January. January isn't just busy. It's a 25% to 50% spike above baseline monthly volume. For the first 2 weeks of the year, gyms are packed. Parking lots are full. Equipment has waiting lists. Then, reality hits. By mid-February, up to 80% of those January resolution joiners drop off or stop attending. By spring, they have completely reverted to their old habits. Now, if you are in normal business, losing customers is a nightmare. But in the gym industry, customer retention depends on what category of gym you operate. Let's break down the 2 main types of gyms operating today. 1. Mid-tier traditional gyms, $40 to $80 per month. Monthly churn, 5% to 7%. Annual churn, 33% to 50%. The financial reality. At $50 a month, a customer notices the subscription on their credit card bill. If they stop going, they feel the financial sting, pick up the phone, and cancel. Mid-tier gyms have to constantly burn cash on marketing just to replace the half of their customer base that leaves every single year. 2. High volume, low cost, HVLC, gyms, $10 to $15 per month. Monthly churn, 6% to 10%. Annual churn, 50% to 60%. The financial reality. You would think a 60% annual churn rate would destroy a business. But HVLC gyms have engineered a defense mechanism called the discretionary friction threshold. When a gym membership costs $10 or $15 a month, it drops below your brain's financial threat radar. You see the charge on your bank account and think, it's only $10. I'm not going this week, but I'll start going again next Monday. If I cancel, I'm admitting that I'm giving up on myself. You aren't paying for access to bench presses. You are paying $10 a month to preserve your own self-esteem. You buy the guilty comfort of telling yourself that you could go work out if you wanted to. Now, what happens when a ghost member finally decides enough is enough and tries to cancel? This is where the business model turns from clever marketing into engineered friction. Signing up for a gym is engineered to be as effortless as buying a product on Amazon. You download the app, put in your name, scan your card, and within 30 seconds, you are a member. Canceling, however, feels like trying to pull teeth in the 18th century. First, consider payment methods. While many gyms allow you to pay your initial fee with a credit card, chains like Planet Fitness require a direct checking account, EFT, connection for monthly recurring dues. Why? Because if a credit card expires, gets lost, or gets stolen, the recurring charge fails automatically. But a checking account number stays constant for decades. You cannot simply block the charge by canceling a credit card. Second, look at the actual cancellation policy. 1. That you cannot cancel on the app. 2. That you cannot cancel over the phone. 3. That you cannot cancel via a simple online email support ticket. To terminate your contract, you are given 2 options. Walk into the physical location in person and talk to a manager, or send a physical, written letter via certified mail. In an era where you can buy a house, trade stocks, and file taxes from your smartphone, a billion-dollar tech-integrated fitness company forces you to use snail mail in order to stop paying them $10 a month. And there's a deadline trap. If your certified letter or in-person visit isn't processed by the 10th of the month, they charge you for the next month anyway, citing a 7-business-day billing cycle delay. This isn't an accident. It is deliberate psychological friction. They know that if canceling requires a trip across town or a visit to the post office, most people will procrastinate for 3, 6, or 12 months. At $10 a month, procrastination is pure profit. So, what does the balance sheet actually look like if you want to enter the gym industry today? Let's look at the brutal underlying real estate and operational expenses that determine whether a gym survives or dies. 1. Real estate and rent costs. Suburban strip mall gyms. Base rent typically runs $18 to $30 per square foot annually. On top of that, leases are structured as triple net NNN, meaning the gym owner also pays property taxes, insurance, and common area maintenance, CM, adding another $5 to $10 per square foot. A 20,000 square foot suburban space easily eats up $400,000 to $700,000 a year in pure location overhead. Boutique downtown spaces. Smaller 1,000 to 2,000 square foot spaces cost $40 to $100 plus per square foot annually, with steep 3% to 4% annual rent escalations. 2. The franchise economics, the franchisee view. Let's look at the financial performance of a franchised Planet Fitness unit. Average revenue per unit. AUV, a single franchised location generates an average median revenue of $1,863,300 per year. The cut to corporate. Out of that $1.86 million, the franchisee must pay a $40,000 initial franchise fee, a 7% monthly royalty fee on all membership dues, a 2% national advertising fund fee, and spend at least $60,000 a year on local advertising. The secret revenue driver. Planet Fitness doesn't actually make its fortune solely on the $10 tier. The profit margins are driven by the Black Card tier, $24.99 per MO, which accounts for over 60% of the total member base. Because of this high-tier upgrade mix, corporate store operations maintain massive operating margins of 41% to 42%. The anti-volume alternative, the boutique model. Now compare this to the opposite end of the spectrum. High-touch boutique models like CrossFit boxes, Pilates studios, or F45. Average membership price, $200 per month. Hard member cap, 150 members max. Gross monthly recurring revenue, MRR $30,000 per month, $360,000 per year. The boutique model flips the script entirely. Instead of needing 7,000 ghost members in a 20,000 square foot warehouse, they run a lean 1,500 square foot space with 150 active members who pay premium rates for direct accountability. If a boutique member stops showing up, they are noticed, called, and eventually churn out. Their survival depends on high engagement. The budget gym's survival depends on total abandonment. When you zoom out and look at the macroeconomics of the commercial fitness industry, you realize something profound. Traditional fitness facilities are not designed around human health. They are real estate plays optimized around predictable human failure. If a budget gym built a facility where every single paying member showed up, ate healthy, and worked out 4 times a week, the gym would run out of physical space, experience massive wear and tear on its machines, face crippling utility bills, and go bankrupt. The most financially successful gym chain on earth built a multi-billion-dollar market cap by mastering a simple truth. If you sell a service that people actually use every day, you run out of capacity. But if you sell a subscription that people pay for and ignore, you build an empire. So if you do decide to buy a gym, just remember, your best customer is the one who buys a membership on January 1st and never comes back.